Welcome to this edition of Chambers and Partners Expert Focus 2022. My name is Julio Copo. I'm a life science attorney based in Mexico City, and I work as counsel in Mañón Quintana Abogados. Cannabis in Mexico. Are we there yet? This short video aims to provide you with a general overview of what has happened with cannabis during the last decade from a legal perspective. Advances, shortcomings, judicial resolutions, pending legislative projects, and ultimately give you an idea of where we are today. We hope you find this video useful. Where does this start? In 2015, a federal judge granted an injunction to a patient with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, which caused her repeated convulsions during the day. The injunction allowed the patient's parents to import cannabis oil for medicinal use to treat this condition. A few months later, in November 2015, the Federal Supreme Court ruled on a case brought by a group of lawyers and other activists through strategic litigation relating to the recreational use of cannabis. This group called itself SMART, an acronym in Spanish for Mexican Society for Responsible and Tolerant Self-Consumption, and argued that a blanket prohibition was unconstitutional as it was deemed non-proportional in relation to the scientific evidence available with regards to the recreational use of cannabis and its consequences. The court established several criteria which later became the cornerstone for creating jurisprudence relating to the right to free development of personality. According to the considerations of the Supreme Court, an absolute prohibition for consumption of cannabis was not justified, as it was deemed disproportionate in relation to its objective to protect health and public order, and it also impinged on the right to self-determination and the free development of personality of cannabis users. This is where the first cannabis boom happens. During the administration of President Enrique Peña Nieto in 2017, the General Health Law was amended to stop considering THC as a Schedule I drug with no medical use and high potential for abuse. THC was reclassified as a Schedule II substance for THC over 1% and as a Schedule IV substance for THC under 1% concentration. Its industrial use was also recognized in the law for products with less than 1% THC. The amended legislation included a provision stating that secondary regulations were to be enacted to further develop these uses. Furthermore, since the second semester of 2015 and until 2016, 11 different drafts of bills to regulate cannabis were introduced in the legislature. This number has grown to 19 and continues to grow. In addition, in August 2017, the Federal Commission for the Protection Against Sanitary Risks, the Mexican equivalent of the FDA, filed a draft of regulations for the sanitary control of cannabis before the Federal Commission for Regulatory Improvement, which unfortunately never came into full force and effect due to a change in administration. These regulations addressed medical use of cannabis, scientific research, and also commercial use of products with less than 1% THC. So what happened? In 2018, we had a change in federal administration. As a result of elections held in July, Mexico had a change in president, electing Andrés Manuel López Obrador. His mandate formally started in December 2018. Andrés Manuel López Obrador appointed a new federal commissioner for the protection against sanitary risks, Dr. José Novelo, who quickly revoked the guidelines for sanitary control of cannabis that had been published by COFEPRIS during the last days of the Peña Nieto administration. In addition, in 2021, the Ministry of Health introduced regulations exclusively aimed at the production, research, and medicinal use of cannabis and its pharmacological derivatives, which basically still treat THC as a controlled pharmaceutical substance with highly regulated supply chains and specialized facilities for the production and research of medicinal use of cannabis. Based on these regulations, access to medicinal cannabis is mostly limited to complex pharmaceutical industries. At this time, the current administration only seems comfortable with cannabis as a regulated pharmaceutical product. In relation to the personal use of cannabis, even though we have jurisprudence issued by the Mexican Supreme Court with regards to the right to self-determination and the right of free personality, COFEPRIS must issue a permit to adult users of cannabis who wish to exercise this right. What is happening is this agency is intentionally stalling these requests for permits, forcing users to go to court in order to exercise this right. So where do we go from here? Not everything's lost. In 2021, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of a plaintiff who filed a constitutional action for planting and harvesting hemp for industrial use. This hemp, of course, needs to be under 1% THC, and according to the Supreme Court, must follow the conditions set out by the Federal Commission for the Protection Against Sanitary Risks. In relation to the legislative approach, as of today, the debate in the legislature is still ongoing. Activists have played a big part in maintaining the topic in the legislative agenda. In addition, authorities are yet to issue secondary regulations that allow for materializing the reforms to the General Health Law in 2017. Even though THC under 1% is now recognized as both a Schedule IV substance and a product with industrial use, customs brokers are not willing to import substances derived from cannabis, concerned by potential sanctions by the federal government. Furthermore, the harmonized tariff codes for cannabis and its products are still prohibited in terms of our customs law. This is unfortunately all the time we have for today, but we hope this video helped you better understand the legalization and decriminalization process of cannabis in Mexico as it is ongoing. Given Mexico's geographical characteristics, as well as market size, it is definitely a topic worth following. We will keep you posted with regards to any updates on this matter as soon as they're available. Be sure to visit our website and follow us in LinkedIn. Thank you very much for your time.